Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. I hope we're all doing absolutely fantastic. And today, as usual, we're going to continue with the fourth book of the Discourses by Epictetus. And we're going to continue with the chapter 1 on freedom and its fourth part. So, let's get started. What is it then which makes man his own master and free from hindrance? Wealth does not make him so, nor a consulship, nor a province, nor a kingdom. We must find something else. Now what is it which makes him unhindered and unfettered in writing? Knowledge of how to write. What makes him so in flute playing? Knowledge of flute playing. So too in living, it is knowledge of how to live. You have heard this as a general principle. Consider it in detail. Is it possible for one who aims at an object which lies in the power of others to be unhindered? Is it possible for him to be untrammeled? No. It follows that he cannot be free. Consider that. Have we nothing which is in our power alone, or have we everything, or only some things in our power and some in that of others? How do you mean? When you wish your body to be whole, is it in your power or not? It is not. And when you wish it to be healthy, that is not in my power. And when you wish it to be beautiful, that is not in my power. And to live or die, that is not mine either. The body then is something not our own, and must give an account to anyone who is stronger than ourselves. Granted. Is it in your power to have land when you will, and as long as you will, and of the quality of you will? No. And slaves? No. And clothes? No. And your beat of a horse? No. And your beat of a house? No. And horses? None of these things. And if you wish your children, or your wife, or your brother, or your friend to live, whatever happens, is it in your power? No, that is not either. Have you nothing, then, which owns no other authority, nothing which you alone control, or have you something of that sort? I do not know. Look at the matter thus and consider it. Can anyone make you assent to what is false? No one. Well, then, in the region of assent, you are hindered and unfettered. Granted. Again, can anyone force your impulse towards what you do not wish? He can. For when he threatens me with death or bonds, he forces my impulse. Well now, if you despise death and bonds, do you hate him any longer? No. Is it your doing then to despise death, or is it not yours? Mine. It rests with you then to be impelled to action, does it not? I grant it rests with me. An impulse not to act, with whom does that rest? It is yours too. Supposing that my impulse is to walk and he hinders me, what then? What part of you will he hinder? Your assent? No. But my poor body, yes, as a stone is hindered. Granted. But I do not walk any more. Who told you that it is your business to walk unhindered? The only thing I told you was unhindered was your impulse. As to the service of the body and its cooperation, you have heard long ago that it is no affair of yours. I grant you these two. Can anyone compel you to will to get what you do not wish? No one. Or to purpose, or to plan, or in a word to deal with the impressions that you meet with. No one can do this either, but if I will to get something, a man will hinder me from. But if I will get something, a man will hinder me from obtaining it. How will he hinder you if you set your will upon things which are your own and beyond hindrance? Not at all. But no one tells you that he who wills to get what is not his own is unhindered. Am I then not to will to get health? Certainly not, not anything else that is not your own, for nothing is your own that it does not rest with you to procure or keep when you will. Keep your hands far away from it. Above all, keep your will away, or else you surrender yourself into slavery. You put your neck under the yoke. If you admire what is not your own, and set your heart on anything mortal, whatever it be, or anything that depends upon another. Is not my hand my own? It is a part of you, but by nature a thing of clay, subject to hindrance and compulsion, slave to everything that is stronger than itself. Nay, why do I name you the hand? You must treat your whole body like a poor ass, with its burden on its back, going with you just so far as it may, and so far as it is given you. But if the king's service call, or a soldier lays hands on it, let it go. Do not resist or murmur. If you do, you will only get a flogging and lose your poor ass all the same. But when this is your proper attitude to your body, consider what is left for you to do with other things that are procured for the body's sake. As the body is a poor ass, other things become the ass's bridle and pack, saddle, shoes, and barley and fodder. Give them up too. Let them go quicker and with a lighter heart than the ass itself. And when you have prepared and trained yourself thus to distinguish what is your own from what is not your own, things subject to hindrance from things unhindered, to regard these latter as your concern and the former as not, to direct your will to gain the latter and to avoid the former, then have you anyone to fear any more? No one. Of course, what should you fear for? Shall you fear for what is your own, that is, for what makes good and evil for you? Nay, who has authority over what is yours? Who can take it away? Who can hinder it any more than they can hinder God? Is it your body and your property that you fear for? Are you afraid for what is not your own, for what does not concern you at all? Why? What have you been studying all along but to distinguish what is yours from what is not yours? What is in your power from what is not in your power? Things subject to hindrance from things unhindered. Why did you go to the philosophers? Was it that you might be just as unfortunate and miserable as ever? I say that, so trained you will be free from fear and perturbation. What has pain to do with you now? For it is only things that cause fear and expectation which cause pain when they come. What shall you have desire for any longer? For your will is tranquil and harmonious, set in objects within its compass to obtain, objects that are noble and within your reach, and you have no wish to get what is beyond your will, and you give no scope to that jostling element of unreason which breaks all bounds in its impatience. When once you adopt this attitude toward things, no man can inspire fear in you any longer. For how can man cause fear in man by his aspect, or his talk, or by his society generally, any more than fear can be aroused by horse, or dog, or bee, or another horse, or dog, or bee? No, it is things which inspire fear in every man. It is the power of winning things for another, or of taking them away from him, that makes a man feared. Alright, guys, so we're done with the next part, with the fourth part. And as usual, we're going to continue tomorrow in the next video. So thank you for joining me today. See you tomorrow. Bye.